Joe. See, Joe Smith is, the product of a good brother who give these women chances to escape a lifestyle that was dangerous and was not a healthy lifestyle to be engaged in anyway. And he took her from that life to a multi-million-dollar life, playing in the NBA. And after taking her to that level, to a multi-million-dollar layered life, she turns it to this. Which is shocking. This is beyond shocking. Because when you reach a certain age, I know people hit that what they call the midlife crisis, but she's probably in her 40s, getting ready to hit, grandmotherhood, things of that nature. Bless me. And that was just sad for her to even post that on social media of her husband pleading to her as a man. As a man, he's pleading to his wife, saying, hey, babe, this isn't right. And everybody's like, you can't tell a woman what to do with her body. If she want to show her body, that's her business. Listen, how would she feel if her husband says, I'm going to go out on a website and just start showing my body to women? That's not going to be accepted well by the wife, is it? That would be frowned upon. And y'all know it. And Joe Smith is a good brother, man. Like he's always been like 10 toes down. Like Joe Smith was the coolest dude out. Like we seen him at a ton of charity functions, everything. He showed up. Joe Smith, I don't think I probably met his wife. I don't know. Probably said hi. I just don't know. There's no stories behind her or nothing that I know. But based on this, it seems like her former past life, she must have been a stripper or something along those lines, where she's like, I used to do this for money, and now I don't do it anymore. So he's saying, why don't you, as my wife, we're supposed to discuss this. I have to find out you had an OnlyFans page by just seeing it like on the internet, like other people telling him about it. She did not even care what her husband thinks about it, how it makes her husband look, who played in the NBA. You didn't even consider what this looks like to him, to his family. You just did your thing. And yeah, he has a problem with that. You didn't consult him about it. Y'all didn't have a discussion. You ostracized your husband. And she don't think of it as anything. And most of the women like, girl, do your thing. But if it was the other way around, y'all would be kicking and screaming. Mad. And that's called a double standard. She seemed like she's in her like midlife crisis point, like y'all supposed to grow old together, be there for each other, the whole nine. But she's like, I'm not leaving you. I'm not cheating on you. I'm just doing stuff on the internet. To each his own. I don't know who wants to see a married 40-year-old woman doing sexual acts on the internet. I just don't want to see that. I don't find that entertaining. I find that to be rather disturbing. No morals. It's just to see her do that and share the video to the world, and use her husband. He didn't even know she was recording him. And she's recording him and using him to promote her OnlyFans. Now, him unwillingly not liking it, now he's part of the promotional stream. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Ask yourself this question. Why does Joe Smith have to resort to being put in that predicament? Why does a brother who's never done anything wrong to anyone have to put himself in that predicament? Don't you think it sounds pretty weird that you have to be put in such a predicament? I just find that pretty strange. Hit the like button if you guys just came in here. It's sad that, I would hate that because the double standard is women know for sure they wouldn't have went for that for 2 seconds if their husband came at them talking about this is what they was doing. And they got caught doing it, meaning that there was no discussion. This person's already doing it. Oh, Willie D was going off. I mean, every male who's been married or been in a relationship with toxic women, everybody understands when people are doing something only for them. See, this is what happens when you date women when you come from a place of money, or like for him, he played in the NBA. Joe Smith played in the NBA for a number of years, right? And Joe Smith's wife,
Okay, look.
she just went totally bananas. Joe Smith's wife went totally bananas. My body, my choice.
Hey,
Listen to it.
this comeback is personal. It's an apology to myself for putting up with all the shit I didn't deserve of my child. You knew what the hell when you met me.
Before, we're gonna get into that in a little bit. I got a lot more receipts into who she was before.
Uh-oh.
The video that I have for you guys here today is just plain sad, but demonstrates.
This is what I talk about.
As a man, if you do not make the right decisions or do not conduct.
He married the wrong woman.
Hey,
You see, when you come from a certain lifestyle, and I want to be clear on this. When you come from a certain lifestyle, and don't forget the super chat works and the super thank button works. If you want to cash app, it's Carceno, Karceno, just to let you know. Exactly. If Joe Smith met her at a strip club and he took her out to strip club, you know, because that's where it sounded like she was from, he probably should have left her ass there. But when you take them out and you wife up, look, most of the women that work at the strip club, they ain't doing it just because, you know, I want to make some ends meet, so I decided to take on another job. No. 89% of the women that strip at the strip club got mental issues. They've been abused. Most of them was abused as a child. They got drinking problems, drug problems. And this is the quickest way to get money to stay up with their habits. And oh yeah, they want to be a nurse too. So the illusion is that these women are just an anomaly. And you have your fun and you go on about your life. But what you don't do is say, baby, let me take you out this life. I got millions and millions of dollars. Let me marry you because you look great. I'm quite sure she looked amazing when you first met her. Not saying that she don't look good or something now. I'm just saying back then she was doing her thing. Couldn't be messed with. Too cool for school.
Yeah, this comeback is personal. It's an apology to myself for putting up with all the shit I didn't deserve of my child.
See, she wants to be a star. She want to be an internet star. See, now she's into this wave of, ooh, this wave is good. Look at everybody. This is what I deserve. This is what I need. Now he's in a difficult position because now everybody's laughing at him. Everybody's looking at him as if he was a joke. They're laughing at him like he's the laughing stock in the world. Now, what if he was to go off and put his hands on her? Everybody be freaking out, right? But it's okay. It's okay to tear down the man. Better yet, the black man. That's okay. Hit the like button. It is okay to do that. But if a man who's been honest and dealing with you honestly, paying for the house you live in, and the job she got, now she's accustomed to that lifestyle. And now she's like, the money ain't coming in. You get your pension, and that ain't keeping up with what I'm used to. And I could be getting some big bags if I was on OnlyFans.
My choice, my body. What part are you supposed to come to me and talk to? Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one. That's no solution. Not in my book. That's you knew who the I was when you met me. Before?
We're gonna get into that in a little bit. I got a lot more receipts into who she was before.
You breaking me off. Come on, Keisha, it don't matter when they breaking you off. It's the disrespect that comes with it. What disrespect? You couldn't come to talk to me about it. Okay, well, we're talking about it now. I had to find out on the fly.
He had to find out about her being on OnlyFans on the fly. How disrespectful is that? Yeah, I know. It's a lot of weirdos on those sites. No, I'm not getting OnlyFans. But there's been a lot of weird activity. So if you're Josh Smith, Joe Smith, I feel bad because he really loves his wife. So he's in a bad situation. They're probably not doing well financially. Like not doing like what they used to do and things of that nature. You know, that happens. You know, marriages go through those rough patches, but you know, when you're in the NBA and you got to go to curbing your lifestyle to a certain degree where you can't do certain things anymore, this becomes the new reality. This is your new normal. This is your new forever. So you have a lot to think about. You have a lot on your plate, a lot on your table. Hey man, it's been a lot of things going on. There's been a lot of things transforming. There's been a lot of things that has been conforming. Like I said, Joe Smith's a great human being, but this is bad.
It's real quick.
And so?
Oh, shit!
And so?
Respectful. Let's keep going.
All right then, but now, okay. No, I had to find out on the fly. So now you know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So now you know.
Now, okay. No, I had to find out on the fly. So now you know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, now I know. Okay. And so?
Oh, shit!
Whatever.
Whatever. See, it's okay for the woman to dismiss her husband like that. You see, that's what society, that's what these television shows, that's what all these programming is all about. Who run the world? Girls. And they only do this with black males. Do you think a white wife would have done that to her husband? No, not like that. Unless they were split up. We ain't gonna be husband and wife, and you do that in front of the whole world? That ain't gonna happen. White wife ain't gonna do it like that. Because white wife knows I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna mess me up in front of the judge. Especially if you're a former NBA player and I ain't gonna do nothing to mess me up in front of that judge. In case we gotta go in front of the judge, I'll be, Your Honor, look at what she did. In front of the whole world. Putting my financial business out to the world. Right, you don't want to do nothing like that. You see, here's what white wife gonna do. She's going to definitely, and hit the like button, good people. I know y'all just got here. Here's the situation. Here's what she would do in that situation. No, she would take it to a different extreme. Meaning, in translation, she's going to take the scenario to a different genre, a different spot, a different place. It's not going to be on the same line or the same playing field as everybody else's business. What's going to happen is that she's using Joe Smith to build up her own page. That's what she wants. She's got like 20,000 Instagram followers now. She calls herself Kiss Major. And she's been on IG now, blowing up and doing her little IG stories. And this is her new reality. She wants to be a star on the internet. So while Josh Smith is out here doing events, doing things to keep revenue coming into the household so they can stay where they live, she's just thinking of ways to, live off him.
I'm not a Cheesecake Factory girl either, but he wouldn't have took me to Cheesecake in the first place because I would have chose the restaurant we were going to. Let's talk about it.
Okay,
So as you can see, she's the boss in the family. And that's the problem. He let her dictate all of these things that's going on. I would have chose the restaurant we were going to. So right away, you could tell there's a problem.
Getting to get an idea of her mindset.
Yeah. Her mindset is, you already got the idea of it. The idea of her mindset is, I'm the boss. I can do what I want to do. I don't have to discuss anything with you. All one-sided. But Joe, who's a nice guy, fell victim to this. A selfish, narcissistic woman. Yeah, women can be narcissists too.
Make money on her terms, how she wants to. Ooh, cheesecake, that's not my cup of tea. But he wouldn't have taken me there anyway because I'm the leader of this goddamn household.
That's right.
I'm okay with burning a bridge while I'm standing on it. Just to let you know that I'm not to it. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I look at personalities like this and I continue to think that only men that find this attractive are men that did not grow up in stable situations.
That is true. He said a very good point. Men who did not grow up in stable household relationships. They did not grow up in a stable household. They seem to get these toxic women. when you have toxic women that come along and they bring a lot of toxicity and they narcissist personality, and you don't check that at the door, this is what you creating. This was a problem from day one, and he never checked it. He just went along with it. No, she all right. She just picked the restaurant sometimes where we eat. I like eating there anyway. All these excuses they make. Then when it gets to something that's so egregious that it embarrasses you to all out, I bet you, I haven't been around them at a dinner table. I bet you she chastised him in front of other people, other couples. White women don't normally do that with their husbands. And here's why they don't do it. They don't do this around their husbands because they understand more than anybody. They understand my husband is an extension of me. If I'm tearing him down, I look stupid too, because I'm married to him. See, they understand that. For some reason, black women think that we ain't attached. Y'all married, but he ain't attached to me. He don't make me look bad. Only himself, which is dumb. You think when you sitting there talking about him like a dog, why do you think most of these husbands be cheating with their friends, the wife's sister, and all these people? Because those women spent most of their time telling all their secrets, bedroom secrets, stuff he did to their friends. And their friends and sister and all them, they ain't got nobody. So these stories is like, shoot, I would have took that. She tripping. She was bougie. She was always bougie. They really don't like you. But as soon as you mess up, they want to be around this good man that's doing all this stuff for you. All the stuff that you think is, he do all this and get on my nerve. They're like, girl, you don't know how good you got it. As soon as you mess up, they come right on in. They be, shoot, I cooked that meal for him. She talking about he wanted this meal cooked. I bet you I cooked for him on Wednesday. And he be like, oh man, you cook on Wednesdays? She said Wednesday should be like a hump day. Oh man, thanks. And you start doing all that good stuff for him, he be like, you know what? Are you single? Because I'm about to be in a minute. You cook this every Wednesday? Oh, good Lord. And then he be out the door. See, and then the wife would be like, he did me wrong. No, you did him wrong. That's where it started at. Communication is key in every relationship in the world. But I don't mean talking to each other. I mean actually communicating with each other. Now, if y'all actually communicate to each other, then you would go down and get a whole different scenario. Y'all have understanding. But when you start having like your own personal secrets from each other, that's when it comes back to messing up everything. You know? You start messing up everything. Mm-hmm. Well, when somebody used to be doing things and they start getting older and they start hitting that midlife crisis, they start turning into like that movie, The Banger Sisters. They start going out doing all the stuff they would go, having their old, what, remember we used to do this? Get tattoos and all that. I'm like, what in the world do you think? Hell no. He didn't try. He did turn her into a housewife. Well, he turned her into a wife who lived in the house. Look at this. This is what she got and charging people for FaceTime. Look at that. 30 minutes, $100. 60 minutes, $200. Sexting per day, $50. Sexting unlimited for 1 year, $2,000. Phone calls, $2 per minute. And Cash App to somebody I have no idea who name that is. What's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Are y'all ready? Y'all ready to get down and sit there and FaceTime with a married woman? And she's trying to make it and seem like they have no money and all of these different things, right? Now, what is she doing it for? What is she doing this for? Like, what is her goal? What is her needful thing to do it? Now, here's what she did back in August. She uses her maiden name. Don't even put Smith. There she go, Keisha Chavez. And she's on a thing called Fund My Travel. Back to Cape Verde. A journey to preserve a future legacy. This was in August 8th, 2023. And she's running it from August 8th to December 7th, 2023. Personal development, vacation, personal trip. Pay for her vacation. How many people have donated so far? 0. What she want? $8,500. 0% funded now. So instead of saying we need to pay bills, we need to be doing this for that, or we need this and this, she's saying the need is for her to go on a vacation. As I told you. As I told you. She's listening to these people who got this live group that she's in. They call Money Demons. We're the Money Demons. Demon is right. But the money you thinking you finna be getting ain't the attention you want. You want to be on Basketball Wives. That's what you want. You want to be on those shows. And this is like her audition to get on Basketball Wives. Now, instead of a former, a lot of people have done their homework on her, and she's a former adult film star. You know, I said, I was going to go to Patreon and get down, but we'll just might as well get down right here. Hit the like button, good people, because it's about to get real interesting right now. Okay? This is going to get very interesting right now. So you might want to hit the button. Hit the super chat button. Hit the like button. Like button is free. We should be at about 200 likes. When we get to 200 likes, then we going to really get cracking. Are y'all ready? All right. We got the likes up. We can go now, right? We'll go a little deeper probably on the Patreon version, because on the Patreon version, the Carsino for Life Patreon, in case you guys didn't know, we can go way beyond the lines. Now, here's what you didn't know. No. Times have changed. Well, you got to remember, Joe Smith came from Maryland. He was the first round pick. Wasn't he the first pick of the draft? That was in like 95. Joe Smith was like the man when he came out of Maryland and went to Golden State. He was the first pick in the draft. That was in like 95. Yeah, he finished his career. He played with a lot of teams. He played with the Chicago Bulls. We saw him here. That's where we saw him when he was playing with the Bulls. He was always somebody that really wasn't trying to blow all his money. He had a very simple life. He went through a divorce early on, and that cost him a lot, man. It cost him his cars, his house, and that $18 million was gone really quick. And he got married without a prenup before, and now, he's remarried. To a whole different type of woman. Now, you might be saying, what about this woman? Well, when you remember the How Do You Want It video with Nina Hartley and all those people, this girl was in that field. I ain't gonna say she was there that night. I ain't gonna say she wasn't there that night. But the How Do You Want It crew, how do you want it? How does it feel to come up? She was in that group. She was down in the Bay Area, getting it in. How do you want it? So she was in that industry. Okay? That's all I can tell you. She was in the industry. And Joe took her out of that life. So he didn't meet her on a pole. She was doing other things where he met her and was like, oh yeah, this is the one for me. But he's like, there's ways to get money. This ain't the way. Joe Smith's still in shape now. He's really disciplined. He really keeps himself in shape, year round. He's never one of those guys who retired and just blew up and got all big. Man, he's still, in shape. Yeah, A-Rod is gonna help Joe Smith. Like he was 157,000 in debt at one point, and A-Rod and them was coming in there, and he was doing lessons. He was working with LeBron's son and doing all these different things, and now his wife is doing all these activities on that, and it's just the public humiliation of it, and the demasculation of what's going on in the household, just so he can get clicks and views. I mean, she can get clicks and views. It's kind of sick, but he allowed this to go on from the very beginning. She was dominant and controlling. So the same thing is still happening. That's why she can go live in front of him and it ain't no repercussions, because he never put the law down. He never put the foot down saying, hey, this is the buck stops here. He never did that. A lot of them say that. They all say those things, but at the end of the day, how many of them live by those things? They don't, because a lot of them, they go by this code of their whole life earnings are posted. Imagine if everybody knew what you made every day. No, he earned $61 million in his whole playing career. You know, he was $150,000 in debt. This was 3 years ago. So the wife is talking about all the things she had to put up with. Like, I had to put up with this. I had to put up with that. I had to put up with, put up. Can you believe that? After this man is doing all this stuff for her. Oh yeah, the Joe Smith fine. Yeah, because he was with the Timberwolves. Oh, that's because they had an under the table agreement. Like David Stern found out and went crazy and fined the Timberwolves $3 million, almost $4 million, but he really had a vendetta out against them. Yeah, they told Joe Smith sign a 3 1-year deals for little money and allow the Timberwolves to acquire, his Larry Bird rights, which will allow them to go over the salary cap to re-sign him. And then he'd have been awarded about, I think they'd pay him up to like $80-some million, like 86 or something like that. That arrangement was illegal as hell. And the sanctions came down hard on the Timberwolves when the league found out about it, and it got blown up when the agents for Andrew Miller, they parted ways. Miller ended up getting Smith, and then Kevin Garnett was his teammate, and the split, and then the lawsuit came. It was crazy. It was crazy as hell. Oh, David Stern went through. David Stern they had forfeited their first round draft picks for the next 5 years. He took away their first round draft picks for the next 5 years. But they got their 2003 pick restored. But not only was Smith's newly signed contract voided, his previous two were as well, meaning he could no longer retain the Larry Bird rights with the Timberwolves. So the Timberwolves owner, who was Glenn Taylor at the time, he was suspended through August the 31st as VP of basketball. And Kevin McHale took a leave of absence through July 31st. As for his part, McHale denied any knowledge of an illegal deal. He said, I haven't read a contract in 4 or 5 years, he said at that time. I remember. Well, that was 01 to 05. Those was like KG prime years, and they didn't want to waste them. They was like, we can't waste Kevin Garnett's prime years, man. We gotta take advantage of this, full advantage. He was the journeyman. He came in the D for about half a year. Then he bounced all throughout the league. And that was like 07 when he was in Chicago. We saw him there, Joe Smith. He went to Cleveland. He played for Cleveland a couple of times. I think he ended it with the Lakers. He started off in Golden State and he ended it off with the Lakers. That was it. But his problem is he bought houses in all of those areas. Instead of renting, he was buying houses. And he was investing in, getting involved in all these investments and wasn't getting the money back on the investment. Well, his wife took money. He got what, 3 kids? You know, life is dangerous, especially when you got money coming in. When you have finances coming in, it's a lot of different things that are working against you. You know, a lot of vices. You got a lot of people trying to get to you because they know you have money. So it's like at the point where you can't lie and tell them you ain't got it. Mm-hmm. Well, no. Yeah, but sometimes it's dangerous. You got to know your state laws. That's why some of these women, they do their homework. They try to get you to move. Let's move to this state. Let's get married in this state. If you get married in certain states, in certain countries, especially when you do destination weddings, you got to look at the laws, buddy. Even if you live somewhere else, where else, you could be like, we got married in this country, in this state. It moves different. Mm-hmm. You get married in another state and see what happens. Do you get people get married in other countries, and you know what happens when they get married in those other countries? It flips out. It saved one man because in the country they didn't have prenuptial agreements. Like if you once you married over there, if y'all split and divorce, that's it. And they were under that law. They got married, and matter of fact, people make it rich people make it their destination to get married there. Like, let's have it in this country. And they go by that law because they were married there on that land. Once there's a divorce, each party go their separate ways. They get nothing. Yep. Man, why are you giving away my Patreon stuff already? That's what her Cash App is. Her Cash App is that name. No, the games are on now, so it's time to get cooking. So the games is on now. We should be doing a live stream for the Lakers and Magic. Should be in a couple of hours. So let me go ahead and do what I gotta do here, and I'll get back with y'all directly. One. Shouts out Kwame Brown, Bust Life. KB, watch these women, man. Look what they doing out here. Oh, the Pistons in pregame right now. Damn, the Bulls and Pacers started early. Oh no, the game on already. Come on, Detroit. 7-3. Yeah. Come on, Cade. Oh, there you go. Come on, Durham. See, I like it better when we wear our blue. I don't like this black outfit. Killian Hayes still on the damn team. Make no sense. Thanks for everybody who super chatted. Thanks for everybody who want to hit up my Cash App, which is Carceno, Karceno. And we out the door.